Essa batida tá foda, vamos todos relar. Toma, vá, tudo tá paga, toma, vem, perereca.
At Hercule's house, Mr. Satan angrily shouts what they're gonna do to Boo. He swears if they take him away. In the courtyard, we see a rather large spaceship and what appears to be Majin Buu lying down on some sort of gurney. Looks like he's taking one of his famous month-long naps.
Why does this creature always sleep?
Now to sidearm as he has no choice in this.
Do?
This counts as self-defense to save his friend.
Eat this!
He holsters his weapon
What
and calmly
precision?
reiterates to
He
Hercule
stopped
that he
that guy's
just
bullet
explained
with his
who
own
they
gun.
are.
Perfect
Satan
timing,
shouts
Jack.
in
Now
excitement
those
at our
space pirates
savior's
will know the
arrival,
consequence of
who
messing with our
sternly
friends.
questions these visitors what they're up to.
Vegeta also comes.
And
Now
what do they
don't
want with
stand a
Boo?
chance.
They're
Right?
definitely bad guys, right? The world champ is just as happy to see Vegeta's come here too. But Goku and Vegeta, as in the Goku and Vegeta.
Looks like you
Hercule pleads
oldies
with
are
their
famous
heroes
in
to
your
please
universe,
save
huh?
Boo, who assure him they're on it without hesitation. Easily dispatching the gangsters around Boo. The apparent leader of the crew reaches for his weapon as it seems they've left him no choice.
This'll be no different.
Huh?
How did he?
Zapping him! He knocks out Goku cold with a single blast. In less than a blink, he's then behind Vegeta as he sets his sights on him next. He says he's sorry, but he's taking a short nap too.
Not my son too.
Both warriors unconscious. The man directs his men to carry these two onto the spaceship as well. They will aid their cause. He'll explain everything to them back at HQ. When we see the emblem that tells us who they are.
They took them to their spaceship! Just who are they? Also, how does they know about us already? Who is that blue guy, and how is he this strong and fast to sneak up behind Kakarot and me and one-shot us?
Da mão, mas de chicote vai me bater. Abri a palma da mão, mas de chicote vai me bate, 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 bate. De chicote vai me bate, 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 bate.
Oh, so they are from Galactic Patrol. I was thinking I saw that sign before. Then we don't need to worry, but I wonder why they took us.
If I was in blue form, then I would have beaten that Merus with one shot. Also, who is that prisoner for which the Galactic Patrol needs him?
On New Namek, we see a small village with their familiar unique architecture. Something is noticed in the sky. Alerting the Elder. Someone questions if he sees that thing up there. It looks like a spaceship? Zipping in,
If
Ori
Goku and
wonders who
Vegeta
this
are
is
here,
now.
then that means whoever is in the ship
With a
means
signature
danger.
happy-go-lucky attitude. He asks if the Elder
That must
remembers
be
him.
the prisoner Shani May
Who of
told
course
us about.
does. It's
They
actually
must have
wonderful
come
to
for
see him in
Dragon
good
Balls.
health. Meanwhile, Vegeta carries a very different tone. That Moro is already here. Which gets him serious as well. The Elder questions what's going on here. Daring to scoot him out of the way. It's because he senses something he really likes.
Is that
This
blue
one has
ghost man named
spectacular
Moro?
energy. Now that they aren't light years apart, the Prince informs Kakarot he's right. His key is ominous. But not particularly battle-worthy. Is this truly the monster Merus warned him of? Well, that's hard to say. Goku has got a bad feeling about this. As the villain
looks
makes
to
his
be
grand
too old
entrance,
to fight.
it's nothing more than
I
a
wonder
feeble
how
old
old
man.
that goat is.
Given how long he's lived, it makes sense. The Goatman taking a massive inhale. This is his first breath of fresh air in 10 million years. It's as though he's born again. Goku calls after their target. He's guessing he's Moro. They've heard he's done some pretty nasty things. So how about he turn around and go right back to prison? However, the Saiyan's words are the last thing on the wizard's mind. The young child has failed to make his way out of the village. It looks like the boy who wanted to play hide and seek. What? Using telekinesis to retrieve him, the villain now has a hostage. Holding him by the neck, Goku bellows out for him to let him go. What is his scheme? Who snarls for him not to worry? This one is merely food. As Moro's magic begins to do its thing, Goku rushes over for him to cut that out. When it's actually Vegeta who gets to him first. The Elder runs back to the village to get the boy to safety. Meanwhile, Vegeta seems to take a particular offense to the crime Moro just committed. The mage taunts.
You would dare interrupt my long-awaited meal.
And they are most certainly not his food. He tells Kakarot to let him take this one, taking a personal interest. Who's cool with it, but they still don't know much about his power, so he's gotta be careful. Breaking out Super Saiyan, Vegeta scoffs that they say he uses magic. Just try it. Moro's confidence doesn't waver even after so long in captivity. He chuckles at the thought of this man believing he could apprehend him. His ignorance runs deep.
Take this!
Cocky Vegeta mocks if he wants to continue. Leaving himself open and taking a whole foot to the face. Vegeta was curious to see for himself what kind of beast could terrify the Galactic Patrol. How disappointing. So then, the Saiyans hope to witness his magic. As they wish. Taking the opportunity given the battles come to a standstill, Goku informs that they heard about how the villain can absorb life energy, information that intrigues Moro. That means they're not entirely ignorant then. This will be the same technique, but a different application.
What is this technique?
What the?
Using the magma from beneath the planet's surface, Moro explains with this move, he attacks with the life energy of the very planet they stand on. The magnitude comes not from his own power, but from the planet itself. And he must say, this planet Namek possesses exceptional energy. First, he needs to escape through the air.
Vegeta, be careful!
It's no use. You cannot lay a single finger on me.
Given the prince has made little leeway, Goku requests to get in a shot of his own. Naturally, Vegeta immediately shuts this down and scowls for him to just watch. He calls over to Moro that surely he'll reach his limit soon if he keeps using that move. All he needs to do to win is keep dodging. Though the villain giggles that this technique effectively has no limits, he may use it until the planet itself is extinguished. But that can't be. If Vegeta can't approach, he has no hope of recapturing him. And without any more power-ups, he's at a loss. A statement that perks Goku. The Goat smiles at his foe's admission of defeat. How gracious of him. The Saiyan wants to know one thing at least. What is he really after? Why come to Namek at all? After a short pause, the wizard wants to know what use dead men have for such information. And it's because depending on his true goal, maybe he'd be better off not killing them. Causing the fiend to chortle aloud at the idea of his adversary begging for his life. How far the Galactic Patrol has fallen. He has come in search of something called the Dragon Balls, which is what Vegeta suspected. Just as Moro thought, they too are inconsequential. Trying to hold back his latest attack, Vegeta stutters for him to just tell him this. What would he wish for? All this power he possesses, isn't that already enough? Though it's hardly enough. At the height of Moro's power, Vegeta would have been an insect before him. And this entire planet a quick meal, leading our hero to believe his wish would be to regain his full strength. Albeit precisely his goal. Now it's Vegeta who can't keep himself from chuckling. He's just rotten scum like they told him. Scum worth killing for sure. Breaking out Super Saiyan Blue, Moro can't believe he was concealing this much strength. Just like the wizard was hiding his true intent. However, Moro is far from amused in being outwitted in any capacity. This is when Goku notices something Vegeta doesn't. Something's very wrong. Looking around, the trees are beginning to die. But even within himself, this isn't normal. As the prince gets his feet wet in pet grooming, he scoffs that he doesn't care what sort of villain Moro is, but he won't sit by while this planet suffers, which means he needs to be eliminated. Goku shouts for him to be on guard. Something weird is going on. What? trying out the old Shunshin no Jutsu. He's gone. Where did that scum slink off to? Just as Goku points out his location. Holding a giant ball of lava over his body, the prince barks to know what he's up to now. He can make that thing as big as it like. His technique is useless against him now. When Goku's fears materialize, across the planet, the energy drains from every living thing just like with a spirit bomb. And one of the youngsters falls from his feet. Taking satisfaction in it even. Moro smiles, that first meal in a long time does the body good. Being kind enough to valet Cranberry's ship, he tells his comrade to calm his nerves. He shall not lose. He can sit and observe from there. Why don't they hurry up and settle this then? He snickers for him to try if he can. Taking us full circle back to the fight. Vegeta, he can't turn Super Saiyan. It's like Goku thought. He's been absorbing their energy too. Slamming him into the dirt. Moro laughs that they were already aware that his magic robs a planet's life energy, weren't they? Naturally, that included a healthy portion of his energy as well. Just as Vegeta was saying, he was hiding his true intent. Stop you! Getting manhandled, Goku curses that he's totally drained. Moro snarls out that the longer they battle, the more feeble the two of them grow, while getting cut off. The longer they battle, the more feeble the two of them grow, while he himself grows even stronger. Goku feels bad for the Namekians, but they gotta get back to Merus and the Galactic Patrol. But when nothing happens, Vegeta asks what is it? And he can't use teleportation. He doesn't have enough ki. Heroes aren't very much better. Goku pulls himself up and checks to see if Vegeta's still with him. And his grunts and curses tell us, kinda. Moro takes the moment to hover over the pair. At last, their resistance ends. This was surprising. Beings such as themselves did not exist in his era. The only one who stood in his way was the great Lord of Lords who stole his abilities. However, he has to mention that the two of them were never a threat to him. In fact, he welcomes their presence. Why? Because they will allow him to grow even more powerful. Now featuring a more athletic appearance. This is incredible. The energy from a mere pair of beans could restore his flesh to this extent. Cranberry comes cowering back, congratulating him on a great job. He was sure he could beat him all along. Being met with a silent glare, seeming to think deeply for a moment. Moro comments that the nearby Namekians have begun to scatter. The villain senses a number of locations where they gather. The duo head back to the ship, resolved to begin with the closest location. Little dog in tow, he whimpers whatever Moro says. Fortunately for our heroes, Mori comes back to the battlefield. He explains that they're still breathing, pleading with Eska to quickly do it now. Just as speculated, Eska can be seen healing the Saiyans, helping bring Goku back to consciousness. He thanks him, but the young one got his energy drained too, so he warns the little guy not to overdo it. And actually, he's just fine. He continues that the two of them saved their lives, so this is the least they can do. As Vegeta jolts up, Eska cautions him not to try to get up just yet. Coming to his senses, he recognizes him as the child he saved, who finally gets the opportunity to thank him for that. How long he's been out. At this point, he has slumbered for 3 full days. But 3 days? And what of Moro? What is that fiend up to? Mori instantly becomes sorrowful at the question. The other Namekian informs that he's already attacked 3 villages. He's probably headed for Elder Suburi's village as they speak. When they feel an intense force from the outside, the other Namekian asks what that was. Old Namekian, likely Suburi, hisses, "How dare this monster do this?" Moro chuckles that his village is wreathed in flames. There is no escape, so they have no choice but to bring him their Dragon Ball. Another shouts like they just handed over to the likes of him. Just flicking them into the fire like gnats. The Elder looks on in horror as Moro utters that they are all fated to die in due time. It's futile to resist. The old man can only cower out that this creature is the devil. As the Elder senses the arrival of this merged fighter, he hisses to Moro that he may have had his way, but that ends now. This gets the goat curious. How does he mean? Suburi elaborates that the savior of all Namekians will be upon them shortly. It's the monster's fate to perish at his hands. Come on! Piercing the fused warrior through the chest without even looking. Moro cackles if this was their savior by chance.
Apologies. He was dead before I could even see his face.
as everyone simultaneously senses the fused Namekian fall. How could this be? This can't be! He was their final hope! Just as expected, Moro finishes his massacre of Suburi's village and its people. Cranberry searches from home to home looking for wherever they stashed their Dragon Ball, as a particular house catches Moro's eye. Pointing to it, he instructs his minion to check out that structure over there. Sure enough, he finds it. But how did he know it was in there? Turning, he neither confirms or denies if his henchman's assumption is correct. He merely utters that the next one is this way, ushering him to follow. The evil duo don't waste any time in collecting 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls. When the approach of the villain finally hits him, Moro is on the move. But there's no doubt, he's flying right towards him. Getting dressed, Goku instructs the 3 of them to stay hidden here, exiting without another word spoken. Pointing his counterpart, Vegeta instructs that if Kakarot survives this, he must make restoring this planet how it once was his top priority. Who seems to agree, continues. That said, it'll take a miracle for either of them to walk away from this alive, which Goku agrees is true. But what other option is there? Now with the pair out in the open, Moro's able to sense that they're still alive. They will perish at his hands. And now he's here.
Galactic Patrol! It's Merus! Agent Toriko, bring us up!
Roger that.
What? What have you done?
Unable to break free from the gooey net, Merus snares that they developed this capture device just for pinning him down. He won't tear it apart that easily, leaving the Fiend to only curse the GP as our heroes make their entrance. Merus states how good it is to see them both unharmed. Speaking of which, he instructs the other Galactic Patrollers to get him out here. Move your butts! It's your moment, big guy! Your gargantuan gut won't fit through the door! One of the Majin springs back to consciousness with a lazy belch. Which is great! He's up! Now he's gotta hurry up and seal off that baddie's magic powers. Though as Boost stumbles off in the wrong direction, Jocko squeals, "Not that way, dummy. Moro's over there." But Moro, asks the Majin. Oh. Him. He remembers. Boo shouts to the Fiend that he's the bad guy he caught way back. In these words, if what he's saying is true, the mage knows there's only one person this could be. He's the Great Lord of Lords? No, how could he still be alive?
गिन्यू? ओह, एक मिनट, ये वही है ना जिसने नमक प्लैनेट पर मेरा शरीर चुराया था? तो ये गिन्यू है। मुझे याद आ रहा है ये मेंढक में बदल गया था।
तुम्हें पता भी है कि मैंने कितने वक्त एक मेंढक बनकर तकलीफ उठाई है। मैं कितना कमजोर था, मैं एक मेंढक था। मैं कितना बेचारा था, बहुत बुरा था वो बात। क्या तुम वो सोच भी सकते हो?
नहीं, क्योंकि मैं कभी कमजोर ही नहीं था।
Now steaming, Boo hisses that he killed so many of his friends.
Why you?
What is this? Oh no, it can't contain him! The need for revenge brings about possibly the most fury we've seen from Moro thus far. Breaking free of his net, Merus cowers that they're in trouble. Moro barks to the Great Lord of Lords that he hasn't forgotten the debt he owes him. And now a much, much different Lord of Lords, given he's mostly Majin Buu, continues to fume as he agrees. He hasn't forgotten what he did. He doesn't get a pick on everyone anymore. Oh, amazing! Goku again cheers to Buu that he can do it. Even bloodying the Caprine a little, he trembles to know how he's come by such abilities. The fact that he's losing this fight finally starts to set in with the wizard as he curses his foe. If only he had his full magic. If only he could devour this entire world like he could with ease in the days of his youth.
I wouldn't possibly lose! Do ya?
just like so many before him. Boo takes a short pause. He comments that the funny thing is, he knows he's playing him. Simply and childishly squabbles out that Moro was a little weakling compared to him. Making excuses for his failures, he sucks. He calls for Boo to use that technique now while Moro can't fight back. As Boo restrains the Fiend, he shouts out, "Here I go!" ready to unleash the attack the Galactic Patrol enlightened him to.
No! Not that!
Before the sky goes dark, reminiscent of something we've seen several times through the series. While Moro may not be familiar, and the same could be said for the Galactic Patrol. If the sky's gone black, that only could mean that one thing is happening. Somewhere else on the planet. Cranberry has managed to kill a few Namekians and summon Purunga himself. But how? The Namekian Dragon Balls can only be used in their native language. The battle-worn Felon can't help but smile that this is the mighty Purunga. And confirming our fears, Mori is seen to be one of the downed adult Namekians, though spotting Mori still clinging to life. He dispatches him before he's able to do anything further. He chuckles that he might not look like much, but he used to be an elite trooper in Frieza's army. These old Namekian farts and some kid are no match for him. This even takes the attention of Majin Buu and Moro. The dragon commands his user to state their wish. He will grant any 3 wishes within his power. And first off, Cranberry worries that he's on his last leg, so he wants to be healed. It appears that the device attached to Asuka takes the words of one person and allows or forces the second person to say the same, but in presumably their native language. As the boy reiterates this desire in a way Purunga accepts, the serpent announces that his first wish is granted. Just as expected, Cranberry looks at himself feeling good as new. Our heroes know they can't allow him to make any wishes. Moving as fast as his body will let him, Goku ushers Vegeta to get over there with him. Using his telepathy, the mage makes contact with his lesser. Hearing him in his head, a confused Cranberry has to make sure this is actually Moro. But without much time, the wizard tells him to quickly wish for him to regain his full magic power. Really thinking deep and hesitating, Moro demands to know what the delay is. Those two from the Galactic Patrol make first position as they speak. Time is of the essence. That's when the henchman meekly asks about his own wish, to escape to some outlying planet. Moro assures that the third wish is his own to use as he sees fit, but only after his own are granted. Cranberry must know this before he acts. If he double-crosses him now, he will never know peace. He will chase him down to the ends of the universe. To which, the former soldier figures fair enough. As the towering dragon inquires of his second wish, give Moro back his full magic power. As we hear a mind-controlled Eska echo these words in the background for Purunga to understand.
Very well. Your second wish is granted.
Moro's gone! Damn it!
As Moro beelines towards Purunga, he sends the Saiyans down to the surface in the process. It was Moro! They've got to move! Having fulfilled 2/3 of his job, the dragon would now like the man to state his final wish. Given he's held up his part of the bargain, he excitedly utters to himself that he's finally going to get his wish. Looking up to the great creature, for his third wish, he would like Purunga to pick out a nice outlying planet where Frieza's army, the Galactic Patrol, and even Moro won't ever find him, and send him. Moro just unable to stop that old fisting habit of his. Cranberry at least manages to burn him real good as his life fades away, calling Moro a jerk. The wizard congratulates his underling on a job well done. However, as you can see, he himself has a second wish of his own. Unfortunately, that means there are none left for him. Picking up the device, he asks, "Purunga, was it? There is still one wish remaining, yes?" With Eska repeating his words, the serpent confirms that he indeed awaits the final wish. State it now. Just what the goat wanted to hear. He wonders if he can grant this one. The Rico brings down the ship and shouts for everyone to get in. He's tracking Moro's life signature. Merus ushers everyone along. He claims the final wish is granted.
Huh. Excellent.
Giving the helmet in his hand a good squeeze, something happens that causes the young Eska to fall to the ground unconscious.
Now, 3 wishes are granted. Farewell.
The sky clears as our heroes show up too late. As they vocalize this, the wizard snarls. Indeed, by a hair. His wishes were only just granted. This revelation is made all the worse as Vegeta's the first to spot the others. He won't get away with this. He demands him to talk. What did he wish for? Although, the wizard believes they already know his first wish. Of course, restoring his magic, wasn't it? Precisely. Goku retorts that can't be all though. What else did he wish for? Tell him! Something the mage keeps to himself. They will know soon enough. He actually seems a bit resolute seeing that the great Lord of Lords and his companions have caught up. He proclaims that he no longer needs to battle they people, bidding them an abrupt farewell. Shunshining away. Where did he run off to now? Apparently, he's able to suppress his ki now too. In reality, he hasn't gone far. But what does he plan on doing with all of his magic? Merus comes rushing out of the ship to question where Moro is. Marching over to Eska. Healing the boy. Well, a bit confused. He tries to get back to his feet as he shortly reunites with Goku and Vegeta. Even though Boo is happy to see the silver lining to all this, he tells the gang that that one was still alive, so he healed him. He can't heal these two, though. He's sorry. Planet begins shaking as everyone wonders what's happening. It's gotta be Moro. He's gonna suck the planet dry all at once. At this pace, though, it's happening much faster than before, Vegeta contends. When Majin Buu places a hand on each of the Saiyans' shoulders. With a sudden, they're back to full strength. Goku thanks him a ton. At least with this, they won't be playing from so far behind. When the Majin's face transforms. But we know this face. Could that be the Great Lord of Lords? Who calmly states it's a pleasure to meet them all. Until Moro is defeated, he will be taking Buu's place. He continues on to express that there's still time, but they have to confront him before he devours the planet. Not knowing quite how to react to this, Goku at least replies that it makes sense. Let's do it! Now able to teleport again, he instructs the Kaioshin and Vegeta to grab hold of him. As the trio mentally prepare to face Moro head-on once again, Merus hollers that he'll make the necessary preparations to bring the ship to him. Above all else, be careful of his magic. He only assures they'll get it done. Saiyans and Galactic Patrol splitting up again. Merus tells himself he has faith they can do this. Goku, Vegeta, and the Great Lord of Lords. Merus trembles that their energy will be absorbed by Moro too if they stay much longer. They need to get off the planet now! Making their way to the ship, Jocko huffs, no wonder he's out of breath. It's the energy drain. But sure, Jocko, that's what it is, little buddy. The trio get themselves out of Dodge. Our favorite patrolman can't stop himself from mentioning this whole spectacle must be kind of hard. Over there! What's going on? Vegeta too feels something's off, as the infinitely wise Lord of Lords offers his insight. His real body isn't here. Goku frantically whips his head around trying to figure out where he went and where he's absorbing the planet's energy from. When the Kaio spots him. Goku takes off after him before Vegeta commands him to wait. The Prince reminds that's outer space. Saiyans can't survive in the vacuum of space. Which, oh, right. The Lord of Lords, who isn't restricted by such things, offers to go instead. Period uses magic to render himself invulnerable to physical attacks. Moro grunts.
You dare to wear that detestable face in my presence, Great Lord of Lords.
With the pair pulling into the distance, they've escaped the sight of our heroes. There's no way to tell how the battle is going.
Got me!
The villain sneers that he was confused by his strange powers. But now that his own power exceeds the Kaio's, they no longer trouble him. Did something happen to him these past 10 million years? Because this is unimpressive. The deity takes a stance Moro fears so much before commanding him to listen. He's going to come quietly back to Galactic Prison. Resist and he'll seal off his magic again. Chortling at this threat. The old sealing technique, is it? He implores him to go ahead and do his worst. The mage thought not. He doesn't sense the same god power he once held. He dares say he lacks the power to unleash the sealing spell, right? Letting Schrodinger's goose out of the oven. The Lord of Lords knows it's cooked either way. His old foe is sharp. With the Saiyans. Goku stutters that he felt Moro getting even stronger. The situation is getting more infuriating by the second, and being on the sidelines isn't helping. At this rate, he'll be too much for them to handle soon, when Vegeta brings up that magic sealing technique. But before the pair can discuss it further, Merus arrives and calls for them to come aboard. The monster snarls to know if someone stole the Kaio's power and reduced him to that pink, piggish form from earlier.
Damn it!
Seeing the fight a little closer, the fact remains that they're still completely powerless in outer space. When their new pal gets their focus for a moment, he wants to know if they're absolutely certain that the two of them are more powerful than Moro. With magic aside, Vegeta believes they are objectively the stronger fighters. Just one of them in full power Super Saiyan Blue form could handle them. In that case, the officer will drag Moro back to the surface of planet Namek where they two can finish the job. He politely requests they return to Namek in the meantime. He's off.
Ha 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 ha!
Proving to have another net after all. Merus uses the opportunity to slingshot over to the Lord of Lords, beckoning if he's still with them. They need to get Moro back to Namek somehow so the team can battle him together. The Kaio utters, yes, of course. He knows he can't win this alone. Before that, he wants to confirm something with the Great Lord. He wants to know if he can still use instant teleportation. He replies that he certainly knows his stuff. As a Lord of Lords, he can. Excellent! When the time comes. Interrupting the pair, Moro screams.
You again! Lost in Galactic Patrol! You come at me with a toy. Cease your futile farce. I said that's enough! Curse you! My eyes!
I've got you now. Looks like Merus is able to communicate the plan after all. Even the patrolman lets himself smile given the results. Goku is able to sense Moro's ki back on Namek now. He extends a hand and tells Vegeta they need to go after him. Now 3-on-1. Our hero hollers over to Moro asking if he's ready for a fair fight. They're at full power now, so he won't get away again. Moro places his hands on his hips.
Ah, planet's Namek. This still holds energy. What a waste to leave food on my plate.
Though with a smug attitude, the prince barks that he doesn't think he comprehends the situation. They're about to destroy him once and for all.
Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! So foolish. So naive.
Now a little bemused by his confidence. Moro snarls that they seem to have forgotten something quite important. The third wish! For that final wish he demanded. It was for every prisoner in the Galactic Patrol to go free. Our protagonists want to know why he let them loose. Without answering, the goat looks to the sky and utters,
Here they come.
and he's right, up there! We're met with a wicked-looking spacecraft. But is that really them? The prince wonders. And it seems likely. Goku can feel a lot of key signatures in there. When the ship opens fire on the gang. Caught off guard by the surprise attack. Kneeling at his feet, Sagambo, who offers himself to Lord Moro's service. Said Lord is quite pleased to see he brought a small army. Well done indeed. As promised, he will share his power with all of them. Getting our answer to the previous question faster than expected. The ones inside, the prisoners, their ki just grew. Goku thinks Moro must have used his magic again. The business looking more like a franchise. This is why he seemed so confident. He knew he only had to bide just a couple moments before these guys would be here. Our heroes had no idea he'd be bringing friends. Looking down with quiet joy, Moro lets loose his convicts to have at him. Goku and the others waste no time and jump straight to Super Saiyan Blue. He warns them to be on their toes. These guys seem tough. That is a f***ing liquor from Resident Evil. Although his minions aren't making much ground. Moro can't help but grin ear to ear at the sight before him. One of them stutters out that these ain't your everyday Galactic Patrol guys. How are they this strong? Sakabo rallies for him not to turn yellow on him. Keep going at him. Unless they want to head back to the Slammer, they better obey Lord Moro's commands. So go! They can't hold them all off at once. Falling out of blue. Moro has started absorbing energy again. As Goku rushes upwards to put a stop to this, Sagambo offers to handle him. Vegeta scolds his rival to pick himself back up, when he's brought all the way back down to his base form. The warriors gather themselves and manage to get back to Super Saiyan. The Lord of Lords gets slammed to the ground. Although Goku calls him Boo, Vegeta points out that the battle against Moro in space earlier must have taken a toll on him. Getting the monster's attention. He wants to know what he's really after here. What's the point of all this? Who unveils that it's all to create an ideal galaxy where he's free to consume planets as he wishes. Gathering these allies is one small step towards that end. Vegeta inquires if he holds a grudge against the Galactic Patrol then. Without immediately answering, the Fiend wonders. What he can say is, he detests the sort of peace that they people seek to preserve on this planet and others. All those who would strive for such nonsense should be eradicated. This gives them a bit of insight to who their adversary is. And now they can't even go Super Saiyan. As the fight rages, these grunts aren't getting any weaker. Moro must only be absorbing the energy from the two of them. Suddenly their aggressors are charred to death? Chaco and Merus. Their blaster's doing more damage right now than our protagonists. As the former bellows that as things are now, they have no chance of defeating Moro. They must retreat. Looks like they decided to bring the young Namekian along, pleading with the Lord of Lords to wake up. Fortunately, he was able to bring him too. Spotting these new guys, Sagambo asks who they are. Then the ship. They have backup of their own. No! But Merus saves his pilot as he's able to snipe the Fiend's weapon away. Somehow, Goku's able to yell loud enough to warn Rico to get out of here. Doing the instant transmission fingers, he hears what Merus is saying. He wants him to grab his hand and they'll escape with instant teleportation. Looking over to the Great Lord of Lords, he beckons him to please use his own teleportation to warp to the Galactic Patrol HQ. Agreeing, the Kaio and Eska are the first to retreat. Gathering in a circle, everyone grabs onto Goku. Everyone except Vegeta. outright refusing the situation. Goku asks what's the holdup? If he absorbs any more of his energy, he won't be able to use instant teleportation again, leaving the rebel to grunt. Stupid magic spells. Stupid god power. Forget instant teleportation. They Saiyans pride themselves on physical might. A warrior race has no need for fancy parlor tricks. And yet, he's been reduced to this. Goku reaches out demanding that they go. Does he want to die here or something? The fleeing ship catching his eye. Ah! Whoopsie! Vegeta tells his rival to go ahead. This is where the two of them part ways. Desperately calling after him. With Jocko dropping his firearm and Merus running out of ammo. It's now or never. They have to leave. So without being able to take Vegeta with them, the three of them teleport away, leaving the convicts amiss how they did that. But where did they run off to? Making his way to a Rico ship, the Saiyan beseeches them to open up. Unable to get a hit on the elusive Rico, the prisoners try in vain to bring him and Vegeta back down to the surface. Inside, the pilot warns his passenger that things are about to get bumpy. He might want to grab a hold of something. Going to Plaid, the patrolman loses him. Sagambo scolds, "What are you idiots doing?" By the skin of their teeth, the two of them were able to finally get off the planet. They're heading back to HQ too. He scowls. "No, you're going to fly this thing where I want to go." Now growing nervous, the pilot queries where that is exactly. The prince utters, they're going to planet Yardrat. As all the escaped convicts take off with the ship, Sagambo shudders that the whole planet died before they even knew it.
Oh!
Relishing at his new power, he utters that planets inhabited by such unique species possess a spectacular energy. With this, his physical recovery is essentially complete. His underling notes that it kinda looked like those Galactic Patrol guys just vanished. They gotta be dead, right? But no, there are two among them capable of instant teleportation, including the Great Lord of Lords. They must have escaped again. And with their spaceship also getting away, the escapee inquires which group they should go after first. However, the wizard implores never mind them. Individuals with that much power are rare enough, so he chooses to let them roam the universe like livestock. Naturally, he will kill them should they interfere again. In the meantime, he asks Sagambo if he knows of any planets with remarkable life force. He wishes to build up his energy reserves. Which, of course, his right hand informs that before they got locked up by those galactic losers, his crew and himself rampaged throughout the whole galaxy. He's got some choice planets in mind, instructing him to lead the way. Everyone boards as the henchman has his guys do some scouting. He'll have them search every nook and cranny of the galaxy. Back with This is a training room just for the agents. It was built to withstand a decent amount of abuse. Familiar with such structures, Goku's excited to see that they have one of these things. Well, on that note, he'll kick this off. His opposite encouraging him to do so. Upgrading to Super Saiyan God, the room, or rather the ship, begins to tear apart. Jocko panics that this place can't take much more. He's gonna bring the roof down. And noting what he has done, he powers down. That's enough. They're done here. Merus questions if he's satisfied, and the Saiyan thinks he's seen enough for now. And it's just like he thought. Goku shouts that he's got it. How about the patrolmen train him? The Saiyan goes on that he still doesn't have a total feel for his strength, but it seems he knows plenty that he himself doesn't. Is he wrong? There is a move he's still trying to master. It's all about letting the body move on instinct, so it might work against Moro even when he starts absorbing energy. He's got a feeling that training with him can get him closer to mastering it. Merus iterates, then that's what they shall do. He's all too happy to assist, bringing a giant smile to Goku. The patrolman retorts that this room can only take so much. He recommends another location for his training. A great relief to our hero, as it isn't real training if he can't even switch to God mode. At the lookout, trying to sense out the situation, Piccolo informs that he cannot reach anyone on New Namek. Almost as if on cue. The Macarena gang have made their way to our blue planet. A blue planet they hope has plenty of blue aurum. First things first, time to find a place to land. However, this invasion doesn't get past our heroes. As Dende questions what's gotten into them, Piccolo reveals that someone is approaching the Earth. Counting, he can tell there are 3 of them. He's gonna go check it out. Arriving at a wasteland, the gang figures they can land around here without drawing attention. However, they spot someone has beaten them here. Frustrated, Pasta wonders what he wants. His little brother speculates that maybe he saw them flying in from space. Looking at this is only a pain. Their leader instructs Penny to blast him to bits, an order she gleefully complies with. Figuring they annihilated him, Pasta compliments her on her sharp shooting. The smoke clears and they can no longer see him. There should be something left. Where'd he go? When Getty spots him on the roof, above them. Oh, Pasta really doesn't know how to react. Piccolo chastises that shooting first without asking questions is terrible manners for a guest, leading the wrong one to wonder just who the heck this guy is. Back at the action. Yeah! Hene shouts that she's got him. But only grabbing his cloak. Piccolo returns the technique and smiles at too bad for her. He's more than used to this move. As they try to struggle free. Clearly, the Macarini gang is no match for him. Pasta shivers to know what's with this planet. How to come home to such a powerful being like this. Piccolo is able to rather effortlessly subdue the gang. Piccolo silently walks over to their ship as the villain tries to feign apologies for being so quick on the draw. That's on them. Promising not to bother him none anymore if he'll just let him go. Using telepathy, Getty asks his brother if they're really just gonna slink off. His sibling mentions how Moro will be itching to take this planet once they send word. That will be their chance to make off with the Blue Arum. Complimenting his brother on his smart thinking. Finally speaking, Piccolo states it's clear they three aren't the source of this greater disturbance. Pasta chirping back, "We sure ain't!" He tells them to go on and never come back. The trio re-embark as their leader waves off the quote, "green fella." Beelining his direction instead of using telepathy himself. He shouts for Piccolo to not let them get away. Noticing the Guardian, and warns that they are allied with the gang causing trouble out in space. Macarinis take notice of Bulma's ship. "No, thank you. We'd better hurry." Yeah! "So you tried to trick me, huh?" The thieves snarl that he's too late. They just sent word to the main forces. It's only a matter of time before the convicts pay this rock a visit. The convicts? Pasta continues that a nice planet like this, Moro will gulp down before they know what hit him. Serves Piccolo right for shooting him down. With the convicts, Moro questions Sagambo what is it now that bothers him. And it's an incoming message from the Macarini gang. They said, "Help us," and then got cut off. What do they do with this information? Thinking on this for a short moment. If they have been killed, the planet they found must be host to strong beings. Sagambo guessing so. Moro believes it's worth verifying. He instructs them to send a stronger scouting party. If it proves to be a quality planet, he will devour it himself. As the forces of darkness encroach upon the Earth, Goku and Merus begin training. He says it's not working. He stands rubbing his neck. He knows that he's got to empty his heart and mind for the move to work. But when he's fighting, his emotions are all over the place. He's just not getting it. Mira smirks. No, it's not quite that simple. Charging him, the patrolman explains. Rage, grief, joy, those strong emotions can translate to prodigious power. Just like your Super Saiyan transformation. Goku agrees, but that one is triggered by rage. Going on, Merus tells how the technique he's after is the opposite. It'll activate when the Saiyan achieves self-control in the face of jarring shock to his emotions. Such is Ultra Instinct. He implores a student to follow him. Entering a small pyramid. We'll continue the training here. Goku mentions how he knows all about this place. The Chamber of Spirit and Time, right? Happy to see he's familiar. Every day that passes on the outside world gives him 3 days in here. Blasting through space, Shimareka asks, Earth? 7-3 emotionlessly utters. Planet 4032, Green 877. Third planet from its star, in the outskirts of the northern sector of space. Unable to go another minute without some real food, Yumba screams that he's so hungry. No more waiting! Find another planet for a pit stop! The gang heads to the nearest world for some food. But 7-3's with them? Krillin questions who the heck that is. Is that his name? Piccolo wants to know what they need to know about him. At least tell them that before he leaves. Sheesh. Fine, but then I'm gone. They're all wicked strong, but the one to watch out for is OG 7-3i, and his nasty special move. He can steal other people's powers by grabbing their necks. The stolen powers last for 30 minutes. Inquiring what kind of being the fugitive is. He's an artificial one, cooked up by a planet with advanced tech and science, so he's got nothing resembling normal emotions or feelings. He's just a killing machine who obeys his allies' orders. Looks like... Krillin questions how long they have before these villains arrive, and Jocko's pretty confident it's going to be about 10 days. Green key havers were the 3 bandits in question. Shimareka smirks. Lucky us. The planet we stopped on was home to these critters who can create warp portals. His comrade adding that it would have taken days to get here by spaceship. Lucky us. The planet we stopped on was home to these critters who can create warp portals. His comrade adding that it would have taken days to get here by spaceship. He alerts his partners to the right. The Macarena gang. As they waltz over to him, Jocko commands they stop in the name of the law. Namek even realized the Galactic Patrol is here. He's drawing a blank on what his name is, though. His name is Jocko. Leading the short green one to question why he's here. Don't tell him he wrangled up the Macarena gang. That's not a bad day's work. Right, I did. And if you're here to save him, think again. Pasta's delighted to see how fast Shimareka and the others showed up, requesting they bust him out of this cage. Happy to see him alive and well. He's actually got a message for the 3 of them from Lord Moro. traitors who act on their own are disposable. His words.
Oh. Yeah.
What he wants. The Namekian scolds there's no killing allowed at the sanctuary. Get off of me! Piccolo continues his assertion by shouting,
And no evildoers allowed on planet Earth, so be gone!
Huh?
Piccolo! Piccolo demands to know what he just did, placing his fingers to his forehead. Shimareka encourages him to do it. Using the special beam cannon. The villain sneers that it looks like Piccolo's got some sweet moves up his sleeve. Yeah.
Echo!
After that.
Load up! Nah, you're gonna fight me.
Yeah.
But now he just needs Jocko to tell him the best way to fight him. The patrolman responds, well, the copied moves are just as strong as the originals. Meaning, the one he fired off was basically no different than if you had done it. Same logic goes for his punches and kicks. They're all going to be like his own moves. When they spot the villain coming. Yeah! Over here, galactic loser.
Get it back!
Not to mention, that guy's got infinite stamina, so we can't wear him down.
Yeah. Oh.
Hitting Krillin on the back foot. He struggles. He wouldn't expect such sharp attacks based on his looks.
Huh?
Tries to alert he'll be back to normal after 30 minutes. Just try to hold out until then. Luckily, Gohan arrived just in time to save him. Asking if he's okay. Taking off his glasses. He hadn't realized his dad and Vegeta were off-world. He has Moro's powers in stock. As Piccolo shouts, in stock! He never said anything about that. And well, he can switch to other copied abilities, storing up to 3 identities at a time. Even Gohan is heavily feeling the effects of the power drain. The gang can only now try to figure out how it came to this. Joining the Ditto, he's told not to absorb the planet's energy. That's on Lord Moro's menu. 7-3 assures he's only targeting the 4 warriors below. Too bad for you. Being stronger doesn't always net you the win. When Moro tells him to wait, he utters,
Those 2 are supposedly training, which means they will deliver me far greater energy if only I wait a spell. For now, tell those 3 to retreat from Earth. Once the ones called Goku and Vegeta return with more energy than ever, I shall consume them and their precious Earth.
Shimareka calls over to the others to inform they've been ordered off this rocket back to the main force. Yumba asking why. He tells simply enough they're gonna do this job later after those Saiyans show up. He's told Moro's gonna come and gobble up those Saiyans himself. Later. Time is nearly up. He wants to spar once more before taking off for Earth. And do we even really need to read Goku's response on this panel? Our hero knows he's gonna have to use everything he's learned here against Moro. The Angel informs he won't hold back either. But what happened? They're outside again? What's going on? Whis. He sternly instructs that's quite enough. The pair are both confused in seeing him here. Calling Whis his brother. Whis lets out a smile and admits that it's been ages. But lowering his head, Merus figures this means he caught wind of what he was up to. And he's afraid there are no secrets between angels. Universe 7 attendant reminds training can only be just that. Training. Clashing against each other at full strength constitutes a battle. Merus apologizes. Restoring his clothes. He has faith that he will defeat Moro. Who smirks? Sure, I'll figure something out. For now, it's back to the heavenly realm for Merus. Turning back to the student of his own, Whis bids Goku farewell until next time. With Jocko. The whole lot of them head straight to Earth. It's finally time. Piccolo in agreement. He inquires if he's alone this time. You wish.
Ready? All right. Take this. That's a ring. That's no good.
"18 laments Council Corp isn't paying them enough for this. Even 17 finds this unexpected. When Jocko hollers out to Sagambo, he always knew he was no good criminal scum, but doesn't he have any pride? Why is he taking orders like Moro's lapdog? Though the villain only tells him to shut up, in his mind, Lord Moro saved them from that dingy hole they call a prison. And he's given them enough power that they'll never be caught by the likes of the Galactic Patrol again. Which explains how the convicts got so strong. Lord Moro's making sure we never gotta feel that pathetic again. So yeah, we'll do what he says. That's what we've decided. Jocko retorts, "If you ask me, what you're doing now is way more pathetic than being locked up." Say what? Wait, stay back! What the?
Who's there? Who kicked me?
How this is happening? When Gohan shouts, "It's Dad! He's here at last!" While Moro knows it's one of those two. It takes him just a moment to figure out it's the one who employed instant teleportation on Namek. He cackles for him to go ahead and reveal himself. Son Goku, was it? Goku remarks how he is hoping to go right ahead and beat Moro too. But he guesses it won't be that simple. The goat chortles that the Saiyan has grown far stronger. Who agrees? He's not the same guy he was when they first met. A statement his opposite is glad to hear. Sagambo pleads with Moro that he can still fight for him. Moro directs Goku.
You heard him. Well, would you prefer to fight me or him?
Ecstatic to see his dad by his side. Goku's gonna handle this one. Tapping down, our hero believes it's over. He won't get up again. Calling out Moro for his turn. Clearing his throat, he questions what's over exactly. Warning his adversary to turn around. Moro queries his underling if he's still able to fight.
Of course, Lord Moro!
Assuring his master to grant him a bit more power.
Son Goku, I wish to see that technique again. Show it to me. It wasn't in that form you employed those high-speed moves, correct?
The wizard snarls that until he shows him his earlier form, he will force Sagambo to continue fighting. I'll show you what you want to see! Up close and personal!
Lord Moro! He is mine! To defeat!
Moro only smirks.
He couldn't even withstand that smidgen of energy. How pathetic.
Oh, wasn't that your friend?
My friend? I have no friends. Those were my soldiers. They may be gone, but I can always collect more.
Fine, I'm ready to show you the power I've gained to beat you. Exactly what the villain wanted to hear. Powering up, Moro immediately realizes this is no mortal ability.
Take a perk and it's poking and see. Money swollen like Swiss. They the perfect.
Even though she is in love, I am still heartless, yeah. I was that first young nigga rockin' money. Yeah, nigga, yeah, I'm blood like money. Yeah, I'm so raw, I don't need you to count on my side. When I play golf, only top one part. All of my watch cost me a new car. I treat her like much. Something my speaking, I
Take a perk and it's poking and see. Money swollen like Swiss. They the perfect in the kid. Look at the Billy mistake on my head. Be better pull out the rope I just spent. I don't win. Never they shit in that shit with
What's wrong? Goku seems so eager to be done with this. You believe you found a way around my energy absorption, but you've made a grave error. I only consume energy to fill my stomach. Weakening my opponents and strengthening myself are only fortunate side effects. Neither is the primary goal. As such, I will happily devour your energy after you're defeated. But defeated? How does he plan on doing that with things going the way they are? You thought this was all I could muster. You fool. I've consumed countless planets since our previous encounter, all of which have filled me with enough power to transcend the very gods. Now I understand why you didn't employ this form during the fight against Sagambo. It's because you can't maintain it for long. You hoped to bring our battle to a hasty conclusion while you still had the stamina for it. But too bad for you, I've been waiting for your inevitable decline. Our hero knows he should have realized Moro already knew about his weakness. But still, if you were just stalling for time, that means you don't think you can beat me when I'm at my full power. So if I keep hitting you with all I've got, I can still win this. So you still had some power left. Good. Now I'm intrigued. Perhaps I approached you too cautiously after all. If this is truly the extent of your power, then I will not fall to you.
Naturally, you have reached your limit. Huh?
Trying to pull himself together, Goku's words mirror his mentor's as he didn't think it would turn out like this. When finally, but Vegeta, offering a simple hello. Well, don't you look pathetic? What? Did Ultra Instinct prove to be useless? Neither of which noticed his arrival until now. He announces how that one is his. Almost forgetting about him, Moro is elated to see the prince has finally arrived. A bit of a low blow. The Saiyan snarls that he sees their time apart hasn't done a thing to fix that joke Moro calls a face. Did he enjoy tormenting the weak? And the weak? The goat figures Vegeta's not wrong about that. While they worms were hiding, he may have gone and become too powerful. And he's grown weary of planets that can't provide fighters to match him. Oh, no cause for concern there. You want someone stronger than you? You found him. He knows that Vegeta has gained a considerable amount of power, yet he is still not able to contend.
Submit, Vegeta.
Vegeta!
I do commend you for elevating your power to such heights. You will make for my finest meal yet. Enough of this nonsense, Vegeta.
Hopping backwards, Goku has to ask. This new move of his, it's... Answering for him, it's Force Spirit Fission. when they notice the energy that's been accumulating. It's almost like a spirit bomb.
What have you done?
Vegeta smirks. Oh, that spirit you stole for yourself. Those souls. That life energy. I've simply liberated it. To be honest, this never sat well with me. Absorption, fusion, and all that stuff. It doesn't reflect one's inherent power. All I crave is a fair fight. So why don't you stop relying on the strength stolen from others and simply fight me with your own power? Or is your own power not even enough to keep you standing? Really letting him have it. Vegeta chuckles that he's going to cough up every last bit of energy he's stolen since his little prison break. Hands and knees. Vegeta wants to know if he wants this one captured alive. Or should he eliminate the problem altogether? Please? I mean, duh! We were only keeping him locked up because there is nobody who could kill him. If you can be that executioner, be my guest. Hurt him. Sadly for you. Urgh. I'm no naive fool like Kakarot. You'll regret ever breaking out of prison once you're in hell. So... you believe you aren't going to hell? When I die, of course I'm going to hell. At the end of the day, I'm a villain too. I've prepared for that for quite some time. Right. But you first. Wait for me down there. Once I'm dead, I'll pop by to say hello. What could possibly be so funny? I have no intention of going to hell.
I'll be too busy ruling over the galaxy for all eternity.
This is just him resorting to nonsensical babbling. Moro barely has a scrap of power left in him.
I still have my magic.
Moro just vanished! Up there! Vegeta! He flew up into the sky! Lord Moro! You don't look so good!
Shimmereka! Fortunately for me, I planned ahead and kept a backup inside you, just in case. What the heck are you doing?
Vegeta's blown out of the sky.
Has 7-3's power been added to your strength? Indeed.
Damn it! It's one thing after the other with this guy. Vegeta!
Is that so?
I will tear you apart once again!
Your new technique requires you to inflict damage first, right? I won't make the same mistake twice.
Damn! Vegeta! He may have absorbed 7-3's abilities, but the rule says it only lasts 30 minutes. What?
Right. He'll be back to his former strength when we run out of time. This power has returned home. There is no time limit. In fact...
Unhand me!
What's going on? I've gained this copy ability.
won't let you go even if you kill me! Huh. Haven't you realized I'm keeping you alive? You people are my meal after all. Nice!
Piccolo's regeneration. Did I fail to mention that the abilities 7-3 copied are now mine forever, with no pesky time limits? Don't go dying on me just yet. I need to devour your energy before you pass on. That was the point of all this. Falling back to a Gohan from another era, Moro makes note that it seems Saiyans receive a power boost when enraged. But it's hardly enough to fill the chasm between them. Piccolo! Informs that if nothing else, he can at least restore everyone's energy. But listening in. Dende to stop! No more telepathy! If that's another of his Namekian abilities.
Damn it!
He warns Dende to keep away. He was listening in. The fiend continues.
Restoring energy, he said. The Namekian moving towards us has such an ability.
While Piccolo curses the situation, Moro thinks such a being could hardly pose a threat. But he's confident it should keep out any unwanted nuisances and prevent them from escaping. Dende arrives wondering what this is. He exudes. Oh, come on! What is it this time?
Sorry, Jocko.
He's sorry for roping him into Earth's battle. Almost surprisingly, he scoffs for him to knock it off, saying, Moro broke out of our prison. And besides, Earth is my jurisdiction. If this planet's doomed to die, then it's my duty to go down with the ship. Charging his power, he responds.
Oh yeah? Then I won't feel as bad about this.
What's going on, buddy? Who explains that barrier is a blessing in disguise, since it'll keep any destruction contained. There'll be nothing left in here when he's done. But blowing himself up! Can he hold off a minute? Jocko hasn't made his peace! Piccolo!
No more nonsense from you, okay? Just lie there.
And now, you're the only one left. Galactic Patrol. Dende cries that he was completely useless. He couldn't defend the planet or help anyone. Some god of Earth he is. When a familiar character utters, "This isn't over yet, god of Earth." The Guardian exclaims, "Ah! It's you!" To be blunt, I have zero interest in your life energy. Such a small portion and probably foul-tasting. Which also means he has no need to keep him alive either, bidding him farewell. What's up, scumbag? You imbued that shot with your own energy. Oh! Agent Merus! But you aren't really Galactic Patrol, are you? Jocko scolds to know where the heck he's been. Who evasively explains he's been tied up with other matters. The last Jocko goes on to say, "Sorry to be all, we're totally doomed just as you finally show up. But Moro is definitely too much for the Galactic Patrol to handle. So we're totally doomed." Merus assures he's aware. He's only come to finish up some training. But training? What's he talking about? Who's training? And Son Goku's, of course. Of? Where did everybody go? Huh? Thomas smiles that for the moment, he sent them somewhere safe away from here.
Do not trifle with me.
Merus may be gone, but his will lives with me!
You still spew your nonsense.
Looks like Dad might actually pull it off.
This seems to be going smoothly, doesn't it? It would appear so, my lord. We'll just have to wait and see.
All that heat. But there's nothing. It's all gone quiet.
Moro. It's over.
Sometimes the silent goosebumps start to raise. The minute that my left hand meets your waist. my finger on your tongue 'cause you love to taste, yeah. These hearts adore everyone the other.
Goku instructs Moro to stand up.
Where did he go?
Snatching the beans from his best friend's hand, causing the turtle student to ponder how he even did that. I'll spare you if you agree to go back to the Galactic Prison and promise never to break out again.
Yes, of course! I swear it! You'll have no more trouble from me! What might this be?
He asks. But again? Why? Goku details how eating that will instantly restore stamina. So eat it. Then Jocko will escort him back to prison.
Ugh.
Moro shouts this is amazing! It's far superior to even 7-3's healing ability. Krillin and Jocko can't believe it though! He didn't have to heal the scumbag! With that, Goku continues. And now, you'll keep your promise.
Naturally. I'm grateful, Son Goku. But I'm afraid I'm not going anywhere. At least not until... You die by my hand!
You're just a sneaky coward. At your current strength, you could never hope to defeat me. Have you ever trained?
I have not, obviously!
You might have wound up even stronger if you just trained instead of eating planets and stealing lives.
Silence! Training is a crutch for the weak!
That's a real shame, 'cause I never came across anyone as tough as you. If you were a decent guy, I'd love to fight you again after you'd gone through some training. Hey, Goku! Jocko complains that Moro just went back on his word. Stop expecting some magical change of heart. And for the love of all that's good, just finish him off already! Standing, Goku assures he knows and he will, but just let the two of them talk a little longer.
To think that I would be brought down by a tribe that only emerged a few million years ago!
Our hero states how, for only the fault of his own, he will never enjoy freedom again. Though he just wants to ask this one last time. Will he come quietly and go back to prison or not? Which is it? I need an answer.
I will never return to the Galactic Prison. In fact, I will continue to consume planets as I please.
Moro has a question of his own.
Merus, who really was that Galactic Patrol agent?
A teacher of mine. He taught me how to do this. The villain finds this intriguing. He supposes that means he could use that technique as well. Yeah. Sure enough.
So, the body moves on instinct, does it? I'd love to try that! Yes, here it comes! Just as I imagined!
あっけないものだな、そうだろうな。手伝ってやる、孫悟空。
Pointless! My body becomes tougher to compensate, all on its own! Die! It's no use!
Does he remember what happened to his man Sagambo? He's making the same mistake. Abandon Merus' abilities, or be destroyed by them. Predictably, Moro only cackles how laughable it is the Saiyan believes he has limits. Surely he can recall how many planets he's consumed, how much life force. Our hero assures, everyone has a limit, and this is yours.
Silence! Body! I require a body that can endure this power!
He reaches out and tells Moro to say goodbye. The Saiyan stops to query what he's up to now. How?
I have become one with this planet of yours! Behold! I've done away with my limits!
Killing Moro will mean destroying the Earth itself. Gets even worse. Beyond that, his swollen energy will detonate, possibly obliterating the entire galaxy.
Try me if you dare, Son Goku!
Gohan feels his body hurting all of a sudden, which can only mean one thing. Moro must be absorbing their energy again. Vegeta yells for everyone to get off the ground. Curses that Kakarot managed to screw up again.
The Earth's energy is mine! All mine!
Win it, Moro! What the?
As I said, my body is now the planet itself. You have nowhere left to run.
God of Destruction decides. Looks like I have no choice. It's a special case, so I'll lend a hand. When Whis gets a call on his staff. Hearing this, the Destroyer turns to question what this is now, and his attendant has terrible news. The deity has received a summons from the Grand Priest. But what the heck? There's no time to be hanging around here. He demands the two of them hurry back, as the angel is by nature fully compliant with this. However, Whis has some parting words for Goku. The only way to defeat Moro is to once again shatter his forehead crystal, thereby releasing Merus' power. A little shocked it's that simple, Goku asks, just like Merus did? Exactly the case. If done properly, that will destroy Moro and leave the Earth intact. A little unsure of himself, the Saiyan questions if he thinks he can pull it off. Blocking Moro's fist with a single finger, the angel reminds he's already acquired divine power. He needs to have faith in his own strength. Figuring. Okay, if that's the only way. Prompting the Destroyer to bellow. Listen up, Goku! Even if the planet dies, you'd better save me some Earth food! You hear me? Offering their goodbyes. As Moro seems to be in a state of constant transformation. If he doesn't act soon, it'll be too late.
Get aside, Kakarot!
Stopping the verbiage from the Yardratians. The prince howls.
Enough, Yappy! Destroy the blasted crystal! I can only rip away spirit energy from him for so long! You got it!
Everything's riding on this fist of mine. Darn! Merus did it! Why can't I? I guess I still don't have enough god power!
We're utterly powerless. He's strong, but he's just as ridiculous as ever. You're such a pain. Let's do this. I'll show you the pride of a martial artist. Please don't make me go through that again.
Xian, what about this?
Wow, her energy. It just keeps getting higher. Who created a spirit bomb this massive?
I'll harness the power entrusted to me.
The thing that will send you to your grave. You're finished! Your body's full of borrowed power!
Don't you dare hold back! Let's go, Kakarot! This is going to end with just one attack. Here it comes. I can't give in now.
So this is a power beyond that of Super Saiyan God.
You're an incredible warrior. It was you against the universe, and you nearly won. Whenever we cornered you, you just got stronger.
The evil taking place inside of you was now on the outside for all to see. You were ruthless. You became a living nightmare, and you delighted in every moment of it. You didn't even show a shred of decency or mercy, and that's why it has to end like this. You'll have to learn the hard way and know what it feels like to have your life taken away against your will.
Whoa!
What's going on, Goku?
That's the Goku I know!
You really are incredible, Dad.
Whew!
Yeah.